Hi, this is Father Louis Skirty with Friends of the Word, the weekday word. This is like an international section of the word. John is from Albania. Welcome, John.
Thank you, Father. Thank you for having
John's
me.
name is Fatjon Gjonpali,
Yes, sir.
and he is an American, born in Albania, came here at 9 years old.
Yes.
Okay, so we've had John before on the show, and he's shared some stories about Albania, and now we're going to get a few more tidbits about Albania. But the focus of the word, the weekday word, as well as the show itself, Friends of the Word, is the universality of the Word of God and our task to evangelize. And I just have this quote from Vatican II documents on the church. When talking about the Catholic Church, this is the unique Church of Christ, which in the Creed we profess to be one holy, Catholic, and apostolic, which our Savior, after his resurrection, entrusted to Peter's pastoral care, commissioning him and the other apostles to extend and rule it, and which he raised up for all ages as the pillar and mainstay of the truth. So, as the pillar and mainstay of the truth, we as Catholics, I think, have an obligation to be Catholic with a big C and a small c, universal. So, having heard that John is from Albania, we had him on previous shows interviewing him about the church in Albania, the culture of Albania, and now we're going to talk about his transition from Albania to the United States. Um, Interested as a fellow Catholic for a different culture. Thank you, John. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
you
having
being
me.
here.
Appreciate it.
Okay, one of the stories you told before, but off camera, was the experiences of having a pope, and more than one has visited Albania, visit Albania. John Paul II, you were too small.
Yes, I was too young, but I did see videos afterwards, and it, it was a beautiful thing because he came right after the transition. So to have a pope bless my new country with his presence, it was magnificent, and for that I'm very very grateful, blessed, and
It's a great.
Mother Teresa was there at that time too, actually.
Oh yeah.
So she waited for his arrival.
Oh wow.
So I was very, very blessed.
That's great. Um, okay, and of course Francis went there. Pope Francis.
Yes. Pope Francis went there recently. And again, we were very blessed to have his presence. And his first European visit to outside of Italy was to Albania. Pope Francis, what's amazing is that he has this like this attraction by him that just grabs everybody.
Yes,
There
yes.
were many, many Muslims that went to see him pray and give thanks to all the people that have died under the communist regime, all the Catholics, the laymen that have died under the Catholic regime. I'm sorry, under the communist regime.
Communism. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes.
He is very, very well
But the
liked.
communists persecuted any person of faith.
Right. But his visit in particular was to
Francis,
show,
Pope Francis.
Pope Francis' visit was to show respect and honor all the Catholics that have died.
Yes.
But at the same time, me being here, I was amazed at how many Muslims went to Tirana to see him arrive and show respect to our country, our people in general.
Beautiful. Yes. And again, that's part of the universality of the church. The fact that he is the vicar of Christ, leader of the Catholic
Yes.
Church, but Catholic with a big and small c. He's universal. That's our mission to go out, and he is being received extremely well throughout the world.
Yes. I also think is the way he lives his life. He's very, very humble.
Yes.
And he's, even him growing up, even in Argentina, like the way he would travel, take the bus instead of like a private limousine. I think people really, really admire them.
And most of the world can identify with that.
And most of the world can identify him. The fact that he's been to, a Muslim nation, a Muslim country in, I think, Jordan or Lebanon, I'm not sure.
Right.
It's a big impact.
And Albania is 70%.
Majority are
Muslim.
Muslims, yes.
Interesting.
But the Catholic Church, even though it's small, it has a huge impact on the country in general and the society.
Excellent, excellent, and a positive impact.
Positive.
Thank God.
Thank God. Hopefully it keeps growing.
Good. When you came to the United States, you were with your family. and through your father's intervention, the family became citizens.
Yes.
Okay? Culturally, what was that like for you to leave Albania, different language? Did you speak English before you came here?
Hi, bye.
Really?
That's
And
it.
you've been here 9 years?
No, I've been here a little bit longer,
Uh,
close to 15 years.
oh, 15, okay.
Yes.
But you speak very well.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And what was that transition like? What did you move into first?
Um, the transition is very, very difficult, shocking.
Mm,
But, you know, it was shocking because I didn't know the culture, I didn't know the language, I didn't know how to associate, communicate with anybody.
right.
But slowly, surely, progressed, became better and better, and we were very, again, our religion was everything, and it still is everything. So we're very blessed to find an Albanian church in Hartsdale, New York,
Mm.
that we went to once in a while. So we kept the tradition and the religion alive.
And what is the name of that parish?
We took the name from our city, actually. So
Oh.
the name, it's called Our Lady of Shkodër.
Oh,
Our
okay.
Lady of Shkodër, you know, it's another church in Albania where I'm from has the same name.
Excellent, excellent. So you adapted. You went to American schools, of course.
Yes.
And anything stand out significantly different than growing up in Albania?
Oh, everything is different.
Everything, okay.
Everything is different.
Besides the language and the food, right?
No, everything is different. In Albania, like I mentioned, for holidays or anything else, I would have anywhere between 20 to 50 people over our house, or we would go somewhere. So we would gather in large groups. But over here, not that many. You know,
Mm,
differences in time. Everybody's working, so
right.
every time we gathered for holidays, it was very few people.
Here.
Here.
Okay, as compared. Well, and then did you move into an Albanian community in
No.
New York?
We lived in the Bronx in a couple locations here and there, but I mean, there were Albanians, but they were scattered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But I was very privileged that the neighborhood I was in had a Catholic church. I went to Catholic middle school starting in 7th grade.
Okay.
I progressed into Catholic high school, and then I moved to Clifton, New Jersey.
Wow. How did that happen? How did your family come to Clifton? Or did you come alone?
No, with the family.
The whole family?
Yes. We were looking to get out of New York. You know, we were looking to settle down, move into like a house and stuff, an apartment. So
Right.
a family friend suggested Clifton, and the rest is history.
That's great. Have you maintained connections, either friends or family, between here and Albania? Do they visit and you visit, so on?
We visit, but it's difficult to travel back and forth because distance, time, there's that. But we visit. They visit once in a while. Actually, my aunt was here from Italy. She lives in Italy, so Rimini. I don't know if you know.
Oh, yeah, way up in the north. Sure, sure.
But we
Beautiful
visit.
mosaics there.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Very laid back, as far as I heard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We visit back and forth, but the best way we keep in touch is through social networking. It's like Skype, Facebook, there's that.
That's fantastic. There are so many positive aspects of social media. This whole program, our program, Friends of the Word, is on social media and,
Yes.
and has been promoted through our evangelization through social media. You had mentioned before social media has also affected young people in Albania in negative way. I mean,
Yes.
I'm sure many positive ways, but some negative. Why don't you share about that?
When I was growing up in Albania, it was more like collectivism. So everybody worked together for the well-being of the family, of the community. But nowadays, you know, technology, there's that, people don't feel so attached to God. So everybody's just looking out for their self-interest, and there's a lot of people, unfortunately, of all faiths in Albania that are becoming atheists, which is sad, but hopefully slowly and surely. And thank God with the visit of Pope Francis, a lot are still keeping their faith, staying strong.
I think that's a phenomenon.
But that's international, though, as
Yeah,
far
it's a
as like
phenomenon.
many people becoming atheists.
Of our age, and you know, I think being an atheist takes work, and I think so many of our youth are not atheists necessarily, but just lazy or just apathetic about the faith. But I mean, we, the adults, are part of the cause of that. Have we been authentically living the faith in word and action? That's hopefully what we try to do here on the show, is reach to all ages, and showing people how we can live the faith, whether it's through charity or international respect or harmony, as you mentioned in your country, the harmony that existed between the Orthodox the Orthodox and the Catholic
Catholics and
community
Muslims.
and the Muslims. I slipped out and said Jewish, but were there many Jews in Albania?
One interesting fact is that there were more Jews in Albania after World War II than before.
Oh, really?
Yes. And Albania is known for its generosity in the fact that we actually shielded a lot of and protected a lot of Jews from the Nazis.
Beautiful.
If you don't mind, I'll tell you a quick story.
Go ahead.
There was an Albanian Muslim that the Nazis were passing by with a Jewish prisoner. He brought them over. The Nazis drank with them, ate with them, got them drunk. Got the prisoner, hit him, and kept him safe for over a year.
Isn't that fantastic?
He put his life on the line for a
Yes.
Jewish person that he had no connections to.
Just freedom.
About less than 10 years ago, his son and the Jewish gentleman's son met back in Albania.
Isn't that beautiful? Wow.
Because they both passed away, so the family still kept in touch.
That is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, because I think we need to hear more of that. I think we need to highlight that and put that on our social media activation pages, because that's what it's supposed to be about.
Yes, I mean the Jewish community is still very small, but again, there were more Jewish in Albania after World War II than before.
God bless you. That's great. This has been Father Louis Skirty chatting away with John Fatjon Gjonpali. Did I say it correctly?
Yes, you did.
And sharing aspects of living the Christian life throughout the world, whether it's Albania or New Jersey. Thank you, John. I really appreciate you being with us again. Let me hear from you. Contact me at fatherlouskirty@hotmail.com. God bless you.